how are you? Today I'm here to give you one interesting episode. I hope you did not miss me. The title is The Rich Man's Son and the Poor Girl's Dream. How interesting. So with this, it's called Two Different Worlds. The Rich Man's Son and the Poor Girl's Dream. So it's two different worlds here. In the same town lives two children whose lives couldn't have been more different. Daniel was the son of the richest businessman in town. And you know what? He had everything that money could buy, but he cared less about others. Amina lived with her widowed father in a tiny mud house, and they often went to bed hungry, but she never lost hope. She dreamed of becoming a teacher one day. So one morning, both children arrived at the same school. I hope you know the children I'm talking about, the rich man's son and the poor man's daughter. Daniel laughed at Amina's worn out shirt and torn shoes. Instead of getting angry, Amina smiled and walked into the classroom. Neither of them knows that one day their life will completely change. During a school trip, heavy rain caused a flood, and Daniel became trapped whilst trying to cross the small bridge. Many of the students ran away in fear, but Amina, as the poor man's daughter, risked her life just to save the arrogant rich man's son. So the arrogant Daniel couldn't believe that the same girl he had mocked will come saving him. And so for the first time, he felt ashamed of the way he had treated her. So it seems like Daniel has a little compassion here. But changing his heart will not be easy. A few months later, Daniel's father's business collapsed. Their luxurious home was sold, and the family lost almost everything. And so Daniel has to transfer to a public school. He experienced hunger, rejection, and embarrassment for the very first time. Isn't this wonderful? The only person who welcomed him with kindness was Amina. Daniel finally understood that true wealth is found in character and not money. Amina continued studying hard despite every challenge without giving up. Years later, she graduated as the best teacher in her district. Daniel also worked hard and rebuilt his life with honesty and humility. Together, they started a community program that provided uniform, books, and meals for children from struggling families. The town realized that kindness and education could change life more than riches alone. And so at the opening of a new learning center, Daniel stood in front of hundreds of people and said, "When I was rich, I looked down on the poor. When I became poor, I learned that money can disappear overnight, but kindness and education stays with you forever." Amina smiled proudly. And so this made the audience rise to their feet with tears in their eyes. And so from that day on, all the children in the community were taught one unforgettable lesson. And so never judge people by what they own, but judge them by what is in their hearts.